All right, RELA. This is just day 3, a summary here. What we talked about today, we did the eight parts of speech for our warm-up. Adverbs, adjectives, articles, prepositions, pronouns, nouns, verbs, and conjunctions, and also interjections. I don't know why I saw one list that said articles, one list that said interjections. Okay, so those are all the different parts of speech. That means a word, any word in the English language is supposed to fit into one of those categories. Okay. And that will help us diagram our sentences, have more control over the language when we can identify what these different things are. So we talked about that, and then I again showed everybody my model introductory paragraph and a little bit about me. And so then this class was about you writing your introductory paragraph. So let's look at mine again. So your introductory paragraph doesn't have to be exactly the same. You don't just change the age and a few things, but the idea is that we would each consider 3 things that we could share about ourselves to help us have an even better class. So starting with, this is the hook. So let me just write it like this. The hook is something to draw your readers in. This next sentence is called a bridge. And so that is the sentence that is in between the hook and the rest of the introductory paragraph. Then after that, I made point number 1 about being a dad. And then I made point number 2, which is about being a teacher, which I'm still doing at 10:32 at night. And then I made point number 3 about being a musician. After that, my next sentence was my thesis statement. Okay, so what is that? Notice that my thesis statement contains all 3 points. So point 1, dad, point 2, teacher, point 3, musician. Let's see how it is. So knowing about my family, there you go, that my love for what I do, teaching, my interest in music. Notice I didn't just say the same thing over again. I found a new way to say it. I used the general categories there. And I said why. So this is really important. Will give my students a great start on understanding who I am as a person. So that part right there, I'm underlining. That's my purpose in writing this. Okay, so we always want to know, why are you doing this? Why are you telling me all this? And that should be in your thesis statement, not just your 3 points, but then after you say your 3 points, say, why are you writing this again? And so you don't have to say in your thesis statement the same thing that I said. I want you to have a start on understanding who I am, but you might make your 3 points for a different reason. But why? Make 3 points. It's important in one statement. And then the last sentence is the conclusion. All right, so we are going to be crafting perfect introductory paragraphs. Okay. And yeah, and so the one thing that frustrated students today was that I didn't give you back your rough draft, and then I asked you to write another draft. Well, you're going to want to get used to that, okay? Because when we are doing art, you don't always just look back and then just copy what you did before. You want to give yourself, just think again. Think again. Keep using that thinker up there and say, now what do I want to say? And sometimes you'll find, oh, I'm saying the same thing I said last time, but you'll say it in a more refined way. the first time you guys wrote your rough draft, you did not think about hooks and bridges. So many people wrote, my name is so-and-so. No, no, no. It was a little boring. I mean, I'm sorry to be insulting, but it was a little boring. So now, think about those same 3 points, but add a hook, add a bridge, refine your thesis statement. If you didn't even use it. Most people didn't even write a thesis statement because we hadn't talked about that yet. And you were thinking like that. Okay. So, don't be so upset when you don't get your paper back. Just use what you have. All right. And it'll probably end up better that way. But then I will be giving you back your first draft so you can look at that. Okay, so that's enough about that. We did that, and your homework was IXL for 10 minutes on 1, 2, and 3. Now, the last thing I want to say is we are going to start flipping the classroom. So this video thing here, I'm going to assign to you for homework, okay? 1 a week, and then when we get to class, it'll be about practicing, not listening to me. I'm just going to do this now, and then when I don't have to stand up in front of you and say it, 4 times a day, and then have some people not stop talking. That is so annoying when I'm just trying to say something and there's some kids in the class that don't want to stop talking. Well, hey, I'll record myself. We don't have to worry about that. And then I'll get them in a new way, get them back on track. Okay. So what am I saying? I'm going to record a video for you of what I would just say in class for direct instruction so that when we are all in class together, it can be more of a focus on your work. You're working together, working through the material. Okay, and I can't wait. I'll see you there.